This episode is brought to you by the Thrive Tribe. Check it out at chasingbrighter.com/Thrive Tribe. When was the last time you played just for fun? As adults, especially as women in midlife, we often get caught up in responsibilities, work, family, and endless to do lists. But what if we told you that play isn't just for kids, that movement doesn't have to be a chore, and that bringing more fun into your life could actually boost your mood, energy, and overall well being?
Today, we are talking about the power of play and joyful movement, why they're essential for our mental and physical health, and how to infuse more fun into your daily life. We'll explore playful ways to stay active beyond the gym, how movement impacts our brain and aging, and simple ways to rediscover joy in everyday moments. So let's get moving, and we're going to start having more fun.
We want to break this up into three parts. And so, first, we just want to focus on why play is essential for adults, especially for us ladies in midlife. As kids, play is natural. We ran, we jumped, we laughed, we explored the world without overthinking it. Somewhere along the way, we're taught that being productive matters more than having fun. But here's the thing, play isn't a luxury, it's a necessity.
And it's just not something that comes to top of mind for us. I think we spend a lot of our time focusing on play for our kids. So, research shows that play reduces stress, sparks creativity. You know how we love creativity at Chasing Brighter, improves relationships, and even helps prevent burnout, which is really happening so much right now. I don't know about you, Jess, but I definitely hear a lot
Yeah,
from my
yeah.
friends. It allows us to connect to our inner child and break out of our routine and just enjoy life.
I feel like when I hear this, or maybe our listeners are hearing this and they're like, this is one more thing I gotta fucking do, Jess and Kel, and this sounds stupid. And so it's like, I think we want to press upon our listeners, like, again, this is essential. Like, we need to be having fun and having joy. And a simple way that we can do that, right, is just incorporating a little bit of playfulness. And there are so many critical benefits for our mental and physical health. And that's why we need to be thinking about that because it lowers our stress. It increases our dopamine, right? And that's our brain feel good chemical and enhances our cognitive functioning. And while we have brain fog, if we're in midlife and experiencing perimenopause, so we need to keep our brains sharp as we age.
One of the other benefits is it helps us to deepen social connections with laughter. That's what I think about. When I think about fun, I think about laughter
Yeah.
and just being silly.
It's not something we have to do alone. Like you could try to arrange me with your friends and go do something
Yeah.
playful and fun.
It also boosts resilience, making it easier to handle life's challenges, which we definitely are not short of those these days. So, what does it look like actually for an adult? So, let's talk about all the ways that we can bring in more fun of movement in our lives.
Yeah, we just want to shift to ways that we can find fun at the gym, right? So if you already have working out and the gym as part of something that you're doing, it's like, can we shift that a little bit and maybe have a little bit more fun? So like we've been conditioned to think of exercise as something that we have to do. And we talk about being athletes, like we think you and I have talked about how we think working out has to be painful and hard and drenched in sweat and not enjoyable. But what if movement wasn't about punishing ourselves or burning calories? What if we were just following our joy and not forcing ourselves onto a treadmill if we hate it? Let's look at if you're doing that right now. Let's explore finding movement that lights you up. So, first, playful, fun ways to stay active. Did you ever do like dancing? Did you ever do Zumba?
No.
It peaked a little bit, but, like,
Yeah,
I
it's still
totally
around.
jumped on the
Yeah.
Zumba bandwagon. But there's also hip hop, ballroom, blast music in your living room. So a lot of you out there, if you have kids in dance, when my daughter was in dance, they had an adult uh, tap class or something,
There's
so you can, like,
a
sign up and go while your kid's in the lesson.
there is a women's dance club situation in Chicago,
Yeah.
and it's uh, it's from 5 to 9 on a Friday night, and it's like 80s dance, and it's women
Oh
only,
my
and
god,
it's
that'd be
just
so fun.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
We should definitely try
we are
it.
gonna try some of this stuff. Also, like, outdoor adventures. So we love hiking, we talk about hiking a lot. We've each paddleboarded. I've gotten into biking. I was super into biking, and then I also got a e-bike because I wanna go further, and there are a lot of hills. So basically where I'm at, if I bike, I have to go uphill on the way home, and so then you're, like, exhausted, and so I wanted to be able to go longer, and so I got an e-bike, my gal Teresa got an e-bike, but geocaching. So you've done geocaching,
Yeah, we
and I've
have.
done geocaching. So
Yeah.
if you don't know what geocaching is, I'm gonna explain it, and then Kelly's gonna correct me because I don't know, but basically you find, like, websites, apps, stuff like that, and they will give you a location, right? Longitude,
It's
latitude.
like a scavenger hunt
Yeah, and then
sort
you
of
can
thing.
see and you go find they, like, hid something.
Yeah.
And then you can take it and switch it out and do a new one, or what'd you do when you did
We just
geocaching?
saw it,
You just
and then you
found it and
kinda,
saw
like,
it.
check in. Yeah,
Yeah.
you leave it untouched.
Or you can
Some
create
are
your own and
easier
just
to
add it on
find.
there.
There's a lot, especially anybody who lives in a more populated area, they're all around. So in our
Mhm.
neighborhood, we just went for a walk, Wes
Yeah.
and I once, and
There's
we
one
just hit
yeah,
them
right
all
around the
around
corner from
us.
our house, for sure.
That's a cool thing, yeah.
And like you were talking about too, like team sports and group activity, pickleball, tennis, volleyball, adult kickball. So there's a big we've never been able to
Even
do
golf.
it. There's an adult kickball league by us.
I love
Oh, mom did
kickball.
bowling for a long time.
Mhm.
So with pickleball, I was watching this thing. It is like a very I sent you the
Yeah.
thing. It's a very high injury sport. So I think for me, and you, I'd like to play pickleball for fun, but I don't think I want to join a league because I don't want to hurt my body.
I think it's a lot of people I know have found a new love for pickleball. We live by a pickleball court, so we just pick it up, and just playing sports with people, friends, kids, whatever, it is a very fun activity. Um, it doesn't have to be a big time commitment, or it can be. There's a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
drop-ins if you look around
Yeah.
in the
They're like,
town.
we just got chicken and pickle. Is that a franchise?
I don't
Oh,
know
it's
that
like
one.
chicken and pickle, and it's
You
like
eat
a
chicken
bar
and play
restaurant.
pickleball?
It's like a bar restaurant with pickleball,
Hmm.
and then right by our house, there's a new, like, pickle thing. So I thought pickleball, like, peaked, but it's still, like, exploding, and,
Oh, yeah.
like, maybe get some friends and do like, a little pickup game, and who cares? Like, I'm not I know you've talked about it too, we're not, like, reading the rules and following the rules and being crazy. Just playing a little bit about it, you know? Because then that could take the fun out of it. We're talking about fun. And then finally, another playful and fun ways to active is just movement-based hobbies. You've been rock climbing a lot recently,
Mhm.
gardening, trampoline workouts, or even trying, like, a circus class. We have a lot of circus classes by us. Also, like, silks. Did you ever do the silks, like, hanging from the ceiling? A lot of Pilates studios
Yeah, I haven't
have,
done
like,
any of
silk
that. Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, I think that's tied to our we also had episodes where we really try to inspire our listeners to try things new, and so part of this playful thing is also trying something new, right? So, not only is joyful movement more sustainable than forcing ourselves to do workouts that we hate, but it also has really powerful benefits for our mental and physical health and the aging process. So, some of those impacts are that it reduces anxiety and depression by boosting endorphins, which you already talked about,
Mhm.
improves brain function, supports bone health and mobility by keeping us active and independent longer. It also helps with sleep and overall energy levels.
Yeah, and if you are someone who loves tech, we also wanted to add in there fun tools out there to help make movement even more engaging. And if you are just like, I love tech, Jessica and Kelly, tell me more about tech. Tell me more about tech. Definitely check out our April 3rd episode where we talk about femtech and what's new and upcoming, right? But like we've talked about before, moving on to our final piece is like technology isn't just for work. It can enhance our play, movement, whether you want to track your health, explore virtual adventures, or just add a little more fun to your day, we want to talk about some game changing tools. So, fun tech for play and movement.
So, I have sadly raised gaming addicts. This is a really easy one for me
Hmm.
to get involved with, which is Meta Quest, depending on what VR Meta Quest you have, or actually really any VR. There's a lot of games, but Beat Saber is really fun. It is the modern day version of what I would consider to be Guitar Hero. There's also a game called Supernatural. The Switch has cozy games, which we talked about in previous episodes, but there's a lot of other fun games you can play on Switch. Like even we played sport,
So
like
we still have
Nintendo
Nintendo
Sport.
Wii. Do you have
Okay.
Nintendo Wii?
No.
So we still have the Wii Fit where it's like a board
Yeah.
and you can do all kinds of
Yeah.
balance exercises. And then just is it then with the Switch that you can do bowling and tennis still that you can? Because on the Wii you could do that
You
too.
can do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we have it's Nintendo Sports. It's really a lot of fun, and it's really something that all kinds of ages can play at the same time, so
Mhm.
and it's also one of those where it can have, like, up to 4 to 5 people in the
Yeah.
situation,
Yeah.
so then there's also, like, wearable and fitness apps that I noticed with this in doing this research, there are a lot of tools that we can make. One of my friends, Michelle, always talks about tricking herself into working out. So I think that the fun part about using technology for play and movement is that it's like tricking
Mhm.
yourself into you're burning a lot of calories, you don't even realize it because you're distracted and having a good time. Wearables like Apple Watch, Fitbit, the Aura Ring, they actually have reminders and things to keep you going throughout the day. There's also some other things. There's Zombies
So
Run.
I downloaded Zombies Run and I put it on my phone and it is so fun. And you can set it for a walk workout. You can set how much time you want it. And it gives you a narrative, this whole storytelling thing. And you don't have to have it on there, but if you want to, it will tell you zombies are coming and you have to run. You don't have to have that like on there. But they also have, you can choose like a military story, like you're fighting in a
Okay.
battle or something, and so it doesn't have to be just zombies, but it is so fun, and so I wanted to check it out and see how it would be, and so, like, really great storytelling and just making something a little bit different because I wanna start running a little bit, and we had talked about this in previous episodes, and so I feel like maybe the only way I can run is if I'm caring for my life.
Cool.
So anyways, that was super fun, so I did check it out.
So there are a lot of apps that do gamification stuff. So whether it's the Nike training app or Strava, which is one that also tracks activities, their idea is they have like leaderboards and challenges within the app that can make it more fun. One of the things that I like because I have a Peloton, some of the like newer bikes and treadmills have some things, but Peloton actually has a gamification as well within the app that you can do where you're racing and you're trying to keep up with things, and it's definitely a nice distraction versus the regular way of using Peloton.
Yeah, and a Peloton is more interactive, right? So, like, we have the wearables and then we have social interactive fitness experiences because you can have a live workout live on demand with a strong community feel. Because on Peloton, based on the commercials, you have one, but your like name's on a leaderboard, is it? And then they're like, do they cheer for you and say, "Good job, go
Yeah,
Kelly"?
there are different modes. The other thing is they have this gamification mode called lane break where it's just you and you're like you feel like you're in a video game. So that's me too.
Yeah. Now, Just Dance has been out for a long time, and
Yeah.
then you can have on Nintendo Switch,
Mhm.
PlayStation, Xbox. That's fun, high energy that you can do with the group as well. And then there are online yoga and dance classes. There are platforms like Alo Moves, Obey Fitness, or The Class, and they have engaging workouts you can do anywhere. So those are games that just feel more social and interactive,
Yes.
like you feel connected. And so tech can make movement social and engaging. It can feel like a challenge or an adventure rather than a chore.
Yeah, I think the idea of even just throwing it in there, because I know we talked about like social fitness, but if you join a gym or if you're a member of a gym, there are a lot of different classes that have more of a social aspect to them that can make it a lot more fun and engaging as well. So it's definitely worth that, or even just trying other live classes. Jess and I really talk about even just human connections important. So mixing the two can be really beneficial. I think the whole idea for us is that the idea of using technology to be a tool for joy, whether it's
Mhm.
dancing or moving around, it's just doing things that make you feel good. It's using it intentionally to enhance your life and not replace it with real world experiences, which is something my children I feel like doing with their video games. So as an adult, we can really take advantage of technology to really have these benefits.
But still go out in the world and interact with people.
Yes. Yeah.
By the way, Kelly and I's watches are telling us to stand right now. Trying to get some movement going on.
All right. So let's wrap this up, Jess. We've got a little challenge. We want you to think up one way that you can bring more play into your life this week. And actually, I'm going to turn this over to you, Jess. What are some things that you're thinking about that you're going to do to bring in more play in the next week or so?
Okay, so I'm definitely gonna continue Zombies Run.
That sounds good. I'm going to
Um,
try that.
I think I wanna bust out the Wii and play with the kids, like, the board and stuff. I had a lot of fun when we first got it, so I wanna bust out the Wii, and then I just wanna, like, grab I don't know if we have rackets and to buy tennis rackets, but I just wanna grab rackets, take a tennis ball, and take the kids to the park. You know? I
I
know
like
for
that.
me and for a lot of us, we might have to be including our children in it, and so I think that will be something that could be fun. How about you?
I am going to lean into the VR and
Mhm.
try some more of the VR game.
Yeah.
Wes, speaking of play, Wes just downloaded this one game on his PS4 or 5 or whatever it is called Sea of Thieves, which is I think it's called that, and it's like a pirate video game, and I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, I've been, like, looking at it for years," and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I wanna play it," and I was like, "Can I play it with you?"
Mhm.
And he was like and I was
Because
like yeah, he was like, "No," and I was like, "Is it because you don't want your mom playing video games with you?" He's like, "Yeah, pretty much."
if we can connect online, we should try to do it
Oh, yeah.
together. Try something together with the VR.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
yeah.
We'll look that up.
But thinking of things like Beat Saber is really fun too. I
Yeah.
really wanna try
Yeah.
that. So that's one. Definitely, now that the weather's turning nicer in Chicago, I've been getting out and playing pickleball.
Mhm.
Beckett will play pickleball with me.
And it's
We also got a pool table slash ping pong table.
oh, yeah.
So I think that's another like, ping pong is a good
Yeah.
energy burner
Yeah.
too. So I think that's definitely gonna be on my list. I would love to try this women's dance thing in
That
Chicago.
sounds so
I've been talking a little bit more with a lot of friends about it. It's popped up in
yeah.
Sindhu, even when we had her on. That's what
Oh.
she was talking about.
Oh,
So I think it would be a lot of fun.
yeah.
So yeah, we encourage our listeners, you all to try something new, do something fun, really think more about getting into your channeling your playfulness.
Yeah. Movement should feel good. Play isn't just for kids. It's time to embrace joy, have more fun, and let's continue focusing on making midlife our most playful chapter yet.
Thanks for listening today. Don't forget to subscribe so you can hear our latest episodes as soon as they drop.
If you loved today's episode, share with a friend. Find us on Instagram, Facebook at Chasing Brighter, or check out our blog at chasingbrighter.com and follow us. If you want to know more about Kelly and I, read our blogs, find more tips, tools, and resources, check that out at chasingbrighter.com. Thanks. Remember, your best life is just a listen away.